Got it. Thank you. Okay, we have one item on consent, item number 5, consideration of professional services agreement with East River Public Relations Contract. Is there any public comment on the consent calendar tonight?
No, sir.
Okay. All right. Okay, so our first action item is action item number 6, ratification of the emergency procurement of transformer bushing for Martis Valley Substation. Okay.
Mr. President, this
Yes.
is Steve. We need action on item 5.
Oh my God.
It's okay. You call for public comment, but not any
Yeah,
action.
we did public comment. All right. Is there a motion to approve the consent calendar tonight? Thanks, Steve.
I'll move to approve the consent calendar.
I'll second.
Okay, we have a motion and a second. Shauna, roll call, please.
Thank you. Director Ellis,
Yes.
Director Liliotis,
Yes.
Yes.
Vice President Finn,
Yes.
President Bender.
Yes.
Thank you.
Okay. Now we can move to the action item number 6, ratification of the emergency procurement of transformer bushing for Martis Valley Substation.
All right. Well, good evening, President Bender and members of the board. Hang on with me a second while I share my screen. It doesn't look like I can share my screen yet. It comes up with an error. The host is disabled participant screen sharing. Is there a way we can get that reversed, Ian or Shauna?
Hold on a second. So it's not allowing you to share screens again? Okay.
No, it's coming up with an error message saying I can't share my screen.
I think it's on you, Shauna. Mine says it's not able to. So next to the share screen button, there should be a little arrow. And if you click on that arrow, it should give you an option to share screen options.
One moment. Ian, it's telling me this is disabled by the participant screen sharing.
There we go. I got it. There we go. Okay, try now, Joe.
Okay, looks like it's working. Thank you, Ian. Thank you, Shauna.
Thanks, Shauna.
Okay, can everybody see my screen now?
Yep. Yes.
Okay, excellent. Well, again, good evening, President Bender and members of the board. This is action item number 6. And I have a fairly short presentation tonight, but please feel free to stop me at any time to ask questions. I'd be happy to answer them. So the board approved a contract for substation testing services at the October 7th meeting. The contract is with NorCal Power Services, or NCPS, to perform substation testing under the NCPA Support Services Agreement. Sorry, there's going to be a lot of acronyms tonight. And this was for an amount not to exceed a little less than $80,000. Now, substation testing services include in-depth inspections and testing of major equipment listed here on the slide. Much of this equipment requires specialized testing equipment and training, which the district does not possess. And this is the reason why we contracted out as we have with NCPS services. The testing was completed by NCPS in early November, and the substation passed very well in the different categories, except that the high side transformer bushings failed testing. 7 out of 8 bushings tested or failed the testing. Now, these bushings are original to the transformers, and that means they're about 38 years old. The other important fact is that they are also of a manufacturer model and type that is subject historically to very high failure rates within the industry. This is not a good unit. And the testing company, NCPS, recommends immediate replacement of these bushings because they can fail. When they fail, they tend to fail in a catastrophic mode, meaning explosions and fires. So this is not good. And so staff strongly believes that based on this knowledge and the recommendations from our testing company, that Martis Valley substation not be safely re-energized until these bushings are replaced. And therefore, the general manager declared an emergency situation to expedite the procurement of these bushings before peak system loads occur in December. And this emergency procurement action is permitted by District Code Section 3.0.08. The quote from the testing company to purchase and replace these bushings is a little more than $66,000 plus tax and shipping. And the anticipated schedule for replacement is as follows, as shown in the table. The board was notified according to district code last Wednesday. We ordered materials and signed the agreement with NCPA on Monday of this week. Tonight's action is the proposed ratification of the procurement. And then we expect to get the bushings sometime the first week of December, no later than, and the replacement work can be performed within the first 10 days or 2 weeks of December. And we expect to have Martis substation online by mid-December. The transformer bushings replacement was not a budgeted expense, but the electric department has had a very positive financial forecast for our operating budget so far year to date, and sufficient funds exist within the board approved budget for this work. It is staff's recommendation that the board ratify the general manager's emergency procurement action for the replacement of 8 120 kV bushings for the power transformers at Martis Valley Substation, and authorize the general manager to execute an amendment in all necessary documents in the amount of $66,207 plus tax and freight to the Support Services Program Agreement with NCPA for substation testing services with NorCal Power Services, and this was included as attachment 1 to the staff report. This revision will increase the contract from $79,494 to an amount not to exceed $145,701 plus tax and freight. Thank you, and I'd be happy to answer any questions.
Thank you, Joe. Is there any public input on action item 6?
No, Mr. President.
All right, any other questions? Chris,
Jeff, you're breaking up a little bit. You're all fuzzy coming through, but I don't have a question for Joe. Thank you very much. That was clear. And I fully understand that we should move with some expediency.
I have a question. Joe, are the new bearings newer technology, or are they the same old bearings from 38 years ago?
Essentially, they're the current technology, and the current technology is similar to what they've done in the past, but they use better materials. But this type of bushing, it's an oil-filled bushing.
Oh, okay.
And that is the that's the state of the art for high voltage bushings.
Oh, cool. Okay, great. How big are they by chance? How big are the bushings?
Yeah, I was just, pardon me, I was just thinking about, there are probably 3 to 4 feet of bushing that's sitting above the tank, what you can see. And there's probably a little bit less, maybe 2 to 3 feet of bushing that penetrates into the tank that you can't see.
Those are some serious bushings.
Yeah, and they weigh about 1,000 pounds or so a piece. So they're fairly large pieces of equipment.
Okay, thank you. That's all I got.
Joe, this is Tony. I seem to recall we hired this company to do this work previously. Is that the case?
Director Laliotis, I don't remember hiring NCPS before. It doesn't, I don't recall that we may have in the past. My memory could be bad on that point, and yours could be a lot better.
Yeah, I just thought we had done these inspections 5 or so years ago, but I'm just curious how often we inspect these bushings. It just seems like this is a pretty significant find, and I didn't know if this was something that should have been found previously, or we've been behind on our inspections or anything like that.
We've inspected other substations.
Okay.
I believe we've inspected Martis in the past. I just don't have that information when the last time we inspected it.
Okay. Yeah, no, obviously we need to get this done. I was just curious on what the inspection schedule is for these facilities. Just to understand, how we got to the point where we're under this situation, versus something that maybe should have been caught previously, but no further questions for me.
Joe Guerra, do you have any comment?
I have a question. So the amount that we'll pay now is 145,701 plus the freight and tax. Right, Joe?
Yes, Director Aguera, that's the total amount, but that includes the originally authorized amount of a little under 80,000 for the testing services themselves. So the increase to the existing contract is just a little over 66,000.
Okay, that's what,
Tax and shipping.
yeah, I wondered between the 66,000 and the 145, what the difference was. Now I know. Thank you. And go ahead. Is there any other comment? And then I'm done. Thank you, Joe.
Right, is there a motion?
I'll move. This is Joe again. I'll move that we said just what Joe said on this approval of this motion. And it's got to be done more sooner than later. And I think sooner would be good. So I'm making the motion.
That motion.
Okay, we have a motion from Joe and a second from Krista. Shauna, could we have roll call, please?
Thank you. Director Ellis,
Yes.
Director Laliotis,
Yes.
Director Aguera,
Yes.
Vice President Finn,
Yes.
President Bender.
Yes.
Thank you.
Okay. All right, thanks. Okay, that takes us to, we have 3 closed sessions tonight. Pursuant to Government Code Section 54957, Public Employee Performance Evaluation, General Manager's Performance Review. And then closed session pursuant to Government Code Section 54957, Public Employee Discipline Dismissal Release. Closed session pursuant to Government Code Section 54957, Public Employee Appointment Interim General Manager. So I will call, this is where we are not missing public comment. And so Kim Harris has posted a public comment on the Q&A. And I also received a Xerox from an image from Becky regarding a letter and signatures from approximately, I believe, 25 employees, or 29, sorry. Is there any more public comment on these closed session items tonight?
Those are the two I have right now, Mr. President.
Okay. Okay, so we are,
I want to pipe up really quick. I'm reading Kim's comment, and she does expect it to be read out loud.
okay.
That's all.
All right. President Bender, this is Kim's, not Becky's, correct? Krista?
Yeah, that is correct. I'm looking at Kim's.
Okay. All right. There was a Grace Newell. Oh. Okay. Oh, Grace Newell has a comment as well. So if she could please write her comment in the public comment, that would be greatly appreciated. And then we can see that in the Q&A there. Okay, so I'll move forward with Kim's public comment. November 18th, 2020, President Bender and members of the board. Thank you for the opportunity to comment publicly during a board meeting. I noticed that the public comment item was conveniently absent from the, sorry, I just, yeah. All right. Absent from the board's agenda tonight, as this is my only opportunity as director-elect to comment per the Brown Act. I expect to have my comments read. First, thank you to the PUD for sponsoring the Wild and Scenic Film Festival. I watched all the films and am inspired by the independent films to educate our community, to take steps to ensure our environment is preserved for future generations to enjoy. Next, I noticed that there have been 3 closed session meetings the board has had over the past 6 days, including tonight. It appears that the closed session is due to the general manager performance review and potential public employee discipline dismissal release and appointment of an interim general manager. This is causing speculation and frustration for me, and I expect frustration from the community and employees. The board spent considerable efforts, including time and money, approximately $90,000, to select a qualified general manager. Board members bragged about their hiring of Rem Scherzinger as they felt that he was the best candidate among the stringent recruiting and hiring process. I was told several times that the process used was one of the reasons the correct person for the job was selected, and I agree that Rem was a great choice. I am looking forward to working with Rem and the rest of the board to ensure that our employees stay motivated, our district is transparent, and we are fiscally responsible. This appears to be a hasty decision of the board to get rid of, sorry, oops, I touched my screen in the wrong direction. Stand by as I scroll down. This appears to be a hasty decision of the board to get rid of a new employee, and it is questionable if the board is experienced in managing its only employee. I'm sorry, I just have to make a statement before I finish. Speak your piece. You know, we signed this, I don't know, many years ago, but anyways, that was not in this letter. So, okay, let me back up. I have significant experience with human resources and feel that as a board member, I will be an advocate for the district to ensure the process followed and the reasons behind this potential action are reasonable and appropriate. From my understanding, from Rem's reports to the board, He has been building trust amongst the staff and community and has addressed many difficult situations in a professional manner. Why would the board choose to let him go? It does not make sense. I request that the board delay any action that would release Rem from his contract with the district until I am sworn in and am able to be an active member of the board to help navigate this complicated process with honesty and integrity. Thank you for your consideration. I look forward to being sworn in and serving the Truckee Donner Public Utility District and its ratepayers. Respectfully submitted, Kim Harris, Board-elect Director of TDPUD. So the speaker piece thing, I just want to thank, there were several things, constructive criticism. There are reasons, there are a few inaccuracies in this note. And yes, it's been a long and intensive process, and we do have the experience. And really the only reason we're here tonight is because we've had a lot of experience lately. So, and we're trying to address this as best we can as a board. And it's extremely difficult.
Mr. President, we do have one public comment from Grace Newell.
Okay. Oh, okay. So I think Steve, you've what appears on the agenda is what we're considering, and that's as much as we can go into regarding this. These are closed session items per the Brown Act, etc. If I'm missing anything, Steve Gross, please fill in the blanks.
You're correct. The agenda states the nature of the business the board is conducting. It is, I understand people may want more information, but the agenda is legally correct, compliant with the Brown Act, accurately describes the business to be undertaken, and there is not a requirement to provide more information now.
Okay. Did any other board members want to make a comment regarding the public comments prior to entering into closed session? Okay. All right. With that, we will leave this and go into closed session. Thank you. Okay. There you are, Krista. Okay, we have Krista. I see Bob. I see Joe. I see Tony. That's 5 of us. Okay.
I see.
Should we just confirm with Ian that we are back open feed to the public meeting? I mean, I think we are, but just to confirm that.
Yes, that's confirmed.
Thank you.
Okay. All right. Thank you for confirming. We are back from closed session. Regarding item number 7 from closed session, there is no reportable action. Regarding item number 8, the board unanimously approved a motion to terminate the general manager, Rem Scherzinger, without cause. There is not a good fit between the board and general manager. And we feel this is in the best interest of the Truckee Donner PUD. Regarding item number 9, the board unanimously approved a motion to appoint Brian Wright as the interim general manager, effective immediately. The board respects and supports Brian Wright, and we are asking each of you to do everything to ensure his and the district's continued success. And that concludes our meeting tonight. And this meeting of the Truckee Donner Public Utility District on November 18th is adjourned. Thank you.